Hello, 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 hello. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Good to be back, good to be back. Miss you all much. I hope y'all miss me because I miss y'all dearly. Hope y'all had a great President Day last week, Monday. Thanks again for tuning in. And that was behind the scenes due to unforeseen circumstances. However, our apologies for the tardy, have a bit of technical difficulties. Finally got that worked out, and here we are just for you. Appreciate your patience with us, and as we try to work on some kinks behind the scene. And again, this week now, our own Evangelist Baker, she is behind the scenes, the mastermind behind this platform. Or one Baker had some few difficulties and we finally got it resolved. But here we are. How about that? Here we are. Nevertheless, here we are. Good to be back. Good to be back wherever you're tuning from. Hello, holy salutation, greetings, greetings, greetings. Much love and appreciation. And as we jump right in for time as far spent behind the scene working on the technologies. We know this month is February month, the month of love, right? And we're still on this trajectory of appreciation, showing your loved one appreciation. And last week we spoke about how to show love and appreciation to each other. And this week we're still on the same cadence. Again, we want to speak a little bit about how to appreciate your spouse instead of criticizing them. Because for the past couple of weeks, we'll be speaking about appreciation, right? Just speaking about showing love to our loved ones and, how to treat ourselves, how to love ourselves, right? And the more we do that, is the more we're able to give love to others, right? Because love is something that we give in order to receive, right? So once you sow in love, it will come back. However, I had few people, reach out to me and said, easy for y'all to say how to show appreciation because you guys have somebody that you all appreciate and can show appreciation. But it was kind of a negative tone because they were coming from a place of frustration. So even though the past couple of weeks we've been expressing how to show appreciation, and it starts with us, you hear us clearly. Everything that we speak about is something that we have to execute ourselves. We're not telling you go beat your spouse down. Oh, Evangelist Baker, them over there said, you need to do this. You need to appreciate me more. You need to do it. No. It starts with us. So let's clear the hair for now. A little bit of house cleaning. Any change you want to see in your relationship, first, it starts with you. We don't have the power to change any other mortal human being, just so we are clear. This platform, we don't have the power. You guys do, I never heard of it. But we do not have the power to change our spouse, our children, our family, our friends. We do not have that power. The only power that we have is to be the change that we want to see. And that change starts with us. So folks was criticizing me for saying that not fair because every spouse don't know how to appreciate because my spouse never compliment me no matter how much I cook, how much I clean, how much I take care of the house. No matter what I do, we always find something negative to say about my cooking. And I'm like, can you control that? Can you control that? Instead of getting more frustrating, right? How about start changing the conversation by first start showing appreciation, right? So we want to talk about how to appreciate your spouse instead of criticizing your spouse, right? Because it goes both ways, right? And just be clear, there is no human being 100% good. There is no human being 100% bad. And with that said, it depends on which lens you're looking for. If you keep focusing on the bad, that's what you're going to attract. If you keep focusing on the good in that person, that's what you'll attract. As someone to say, whatever beast you feed is what will unleash, right? Glory to God, glory to God. So yes, let's delve in again. I am yours truly, one and only, Evangelist Nikki McKenzie, aka Sister Nikki. Your girl, I am only trying to be better than I was the day before. That's my aspiration daily, is to be better than I was the day before, meaning I need to grow my mind daily, my emotional health, my spiritual health, my physical health. I need to grow that daily, cultivate a healthy lifestyle every day, not just yesterday, right? So my aspiration just for me is to be better than I was the day before. And you understand this platform, we are here to empower the marriage because we believe in the power of two. Marriage is the highest institution and we don't take that lightly, right? So that's why we have this platform to encourage, like I said, everyone is not for marriage and we understand that, right? Some people say they tried and it's not for them. We're okay with that. But those who are for marriage, those who believe in the nuclear family, those who wanted to see the nuclear family work, we're here to help us, because I am a firm believer in the nuclear family, right? So that's what we're here for. There's no one size fits all. It's not might fit, you know how to tailor towards your lifestyle. So when we speak about criticizing, we all have that moment where we criticize our spouse. Or we could have given them a little bit more grace, right? And it's okay. It's okay. Just don't dwell there. Don't let everything be a negative spiral, right? So when we say do not criticize your spouse, meaning find some good in something that they do. Because like I said before, there is no 100% bad. There is no 100% good. There is appreciation in everyone. Have that part to appreciate someone, right? The same way we can find it in ourselves to appreciate us at times, we can find it to appreciate our spouse, our friends, our loved one, other people that near and dear to us. But today we want to talk about our spouse. But there's no one size fits all. If you're not married and not yet, and you're dating, or you don't have an aspiration to be married, you can find it how to not criticize probably your children. You can tailor it to whatever situation. But we want to more focus on marriage. But it fits every situation. If you ever find yourself criticizing someone, we're speaking to you. We're speaking to us, right? Because we all have that moment. And so it's common to hear couples complain about different behaviors of their partners, right? While wishing their life could be happier. Because that's what marriage is. Marriage makes you happier, not happy, right? Somehow we think that if our partner changed, we would be happier. Or we think if my partner would stop annoying me or start appreciating me or be more intimate with me, our relationship would improve. See, we all put this on the other person. You said we thought if our partner do all of these. And my thing is, why can't we do that? If our partner is not doing that, not more intimate, not more appreciating, right? Why can't we start showing them intimacy? Why can't we show them more appreciation instead of criticizing what they're not doing? We have that authority. We have that power to change that trajectory. Instead of saying he's not appreciating, he complains, he's not, he's annoying. Why don't we start showing them appreciation? Why don't we start complimenting our spouse, right? Why don't we start initiating those intimacy, right? It starts with us instead of waiting on our spouse and then we complain that we're waiting in vain and we've never seen it. And now you become hungry, you become bitter, you become resentful, you start closing off, you start shutting down shop and all of that nonsense that don't grow us and build us to a more intimate relationship or even build us in a way that we can be more appreciative of each other. So remember, we have to be the change that we want to see. Let's stop this criticizing. And instead of criticizing, find something to appreciate. That you're blessed that, hey, you choose me. Hey, I'm happy to be your spouse. Listen, of all the other women in the world, you choose me. That's something to be appreciated about. The fact that your spouse go to work and come home. That's something to be appreciated of. The fact that they have the ability of their limbs. Thank them for being healthy, right? Because it could be otherwise. So there's things in the day, like I said, there's no one size fits all. You know your situation. Tailor it to your situation. Instead of criticizing your spouse, change those criticisms into compliment, into appreciation, right? See, we can only experience love from our partner to the extent that we ourselves are loved. So you see, a lot of times because we don't love ourselves, and someone even tries to show us love, we might call it as annoyance. Like if you have a spouse that your love language is physical touch, for example, and they like to touch on you, they like to, you passing by, they always find to bounce on you, spot you on the butt, when you're passing by, they rub up on you and something, right? And you complain, oh, they're too needy, they always touchy, right? And you call it annoying. Appreciate that because that's their love language. That's how they want to be catered to. Don't see it as annoying because if they weren't doing that, then somebody's gonna complain and say, my spouse don't touch me, my spouse don't touch me, they don't hug me, they don't kiss me. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's gonna find something to complain about, but you know what you can see in your spouse that you can appreciate. And don't tell me you can't find out because when I was talking to two of the person, they're like, I'm thinking, oh, you got me in this one, Sister Nikki, you got me in this one. I can't find nothing to compliment this man about. And they were just going up that downward spiral. But really, it wasn't about the spouse. What I was telling them, they're looking for something to validate because they were busy, right? They were overworking themselves, they find themselves drained, they find that they're so busy about the cares of life, the hustle and bustle and going from task to task, So because of that, they come home, they feeling frustrated because it has nothing to do with their spouse, right? It's a task that they had going throughout their day that got them so busy and distracted, constantly stressed out, constantly being mentally drained. So they come home now and they feel like, okay, I did all of this all day today. I have all this, this crazy day, all these deliverables that I have to do, this item of action, and then they come home now and they might have a spouse that want to hug them. Oh, not today. In their mind, this person's going to give you a hug, like, let me take a load off, right? And the first thing the person said, every time I come home and I'm telling them about my horrible day, all they want to do is to hug on me. And I know what that means once they start hugging on me. I said, what does that mean? Because now you're a mind reader. This person doesn't want to give you a hug. How about try to give them back a hug? No, because later on they're going to want something in return. Now, what's wrong with that your spouse craves you? You know what I'm saying? The things that some people complain about is the thing that some people are praying about. And I tell them, be careful because what you are complaining about is somebody's prayer point, believe it or not. It is somebody's prayer point that my spouse would be more attentive. My spouse would greet me when I get home. That is somebody's prayer point. My spouse would want to be intimate with me, right? So a lot of time we complain about things that we don't really understand that some people, it's genuinely what they're going through. It's their prayer point. They pray for God, let this person be more intimate, more affectionate, want to touch me, want to greet me, want to hug me, want to kiss me, right? Some people are not getting that affection. And person is calling me complaining about it like that's all they want because all they think about is the sex. And even if they do, somebody's prior point is that my husband want to be intimate with me and think about the sex with me, right? So I'm saying be careful when you take time to criticize because you'll push someone away. It's not attractive. It's not radiating. It makes you look gray. You have a down demeanor. You're not inviting. You're not warm, right? And then after a while, a person's gonna back up from you, and they're gonna try to find it elsewhere. Whether it be overworking themselves or playing game or hanging out more with the boys, going to the whatever, and they want to be around you. So be careful when you're so critical, right? Change those critical, judgmental conversation and thought into positive thought, right? Because I know no one get into marriage and said, I married this person because, I'm critical of them. No, you married them because you appreciate them. What happened? That's the same person. But because you let other things distract you, you can't find the time to appreciate them in what you used to find attractive. Because it's the same person that say, oh, we changed because they got married. No, it's now that the honeymoon is over and the fog is off and the real work begins. So when people got to put in the real work, all of a sudden they said, oh, this person changed. Because now the real love is after the honeymoon phase. The emotion is gone, right? And now you got to see the person, accept the person for who they are. Just like when you want them to accept you for who they are. So don't be that judgmental. So how to change how to change from criticism to appreciation, right? A predominant reason we gravitate to criticism is that our brain seeks to keep us safe, right? By nature, we're wired that way, to keep us safe. And then the brain also looks to be better every day. So what it does, it keeps searching and trying to find what's wrong to improve our lives, believe it or not. That's how powerful this brain is, right? So these prevalent tendencies often become the road well traveled at times. So we focus so much on self-protection, right? So we so busy that this person is coming to harm us. So we start first put up a wall. And a lot of time we put up the wall and block them out with criticism, right? So the good news is that you can retrain your brain to appreciate. If you find yourself constantly criticizing, you can retrain your brain and make appreciation your new habit. So hope is not lost. We can start from where we are. Like I said, we can't do nothing about yesterday, right? But we can start from where we are today, right? Retrain your mind, retrain your brain, retrain your thoughts, right? With appreciation. Start writing down what you're grateful for. Start thanking, your spouse, taking out the garbage, help you with the dishes, right? Help you making the bed. You know, whatever they do, it doesn't matter how small it is in your size. They do something positive, constantly appreciate them and let them know why you're appreciating them, right? So appreciation for yourself also and your partner will nurture your relationship and marriage tremendously because you find out a lot of persons appreciate themselves. So it's hard to say, oh, I don't know how to appreciate them because you never do anything right. Well, we know that's not true, right? Because like I said, we are human beings. We're not perfect, but we all try at times. There's no one person that do everything wrong and you end up marrying this person because this person do everything wrong. I don't believe that, right? So that's us. They're speaking from a place of hurt, or they're speaking from a place of emotion, or they're speaking from a place of, so many little things that has passed by so much that they were so craving appreciation that they now at this point where they become so resentful because they keep waiting for their partner to affirm them, to appreciate them. And most people who complain and start criticizing, actually majority of them, love language is affirmation. So because they're not getting it and they're giving it, are used to give it, and they feel like it wasn't coming back to them, they start being critical, and they say, well, you know what, to protect me, I'm not gonna affirm them because they're not gonna, appreciate me when I said it. They might not say anything, or they might shut down, or they might say, okay, or they don't recognize that, hey, I'm trying to say thank you, right? And because they're not hearing it or they're getting it back, they turn into criticism and feel like that will make it better. So it's kind of a mask, to shield themselves from being hurt. So like I said, the brain naturally seek out ways to keep us safe. So replace your negative thinking patterns with positive thoughts of gratitude. Like I said earlier, train yourself to practice gratitude daily. Because personally, for me, I have a gratitude journal, a Thanksgiving journal. I have my prayer time where I do nothing but Thanksgiving, because when I pray, it's all about Thanksgiving, right? I like to pray prayers of Thanksgiving, and I have what I'm grateful for. I always started out writing every day. The fact that I wake up, the fact that, God bless me with an amazing spouse. I have healthy children, right? I have friends and family. There's so many things. The fact that you have the ability of your limbs, the fact that the oxygen is flowing in and out your lungs, that's something to be grateful for. And when you can acknowledge that in you, it's easy for you to be grateful for others, right? And appreciate those people around you. So, replace your negative thoughts, your negative pattern with positive thoughts. And you see that will work wonders for you. And, do it daily. And let it become a habit. Let it become a habit. Find time, because I was telling the person, start writing what you're grateful for. I can't think of what I said. Write 5 things that you're grateful for your spouse, and I can't even think of one thing. But we know that person is really in emotion and some deep hurt right there. So get out of your emotion. Be logical. Think of that person authentic and genuine, and start writing. And when you start from a place of love, from a place of gratitude, when you can see that person in that positive light, believe you me, you won't put down the pen. You'll write 200 in just a minute, and you're like, oh my gosh. And you don't want to stop writing, but condition your mind to do that daily. We talked about that before. And I just want to reiterate, it's imperative that we're taking time out to appreciate the people that God placed in our lives. Because like I said, a lot of person prior point to Lord, bless me with a husband, bless me with a wife, right? And you are blessed with a spouse. Appreciate them. Don't let it be later on. It's a prayer point. You're coming and you're calling Evangelist Baker and you're reaching out to this ministry. My marriage is falling apart and he's not talking to me anymore. No, start from where we are. Don't push your spouse away because of whatever you're going through. Don't use your situation to judge the person or believe that the person is not hurting you. Take time to appreciate our spouse. Appreciate the person that God placed in our life. Because like I said, we all hear testimonies, right? When people have been issues in their marriages. And these were easy things that we could have fixed, because somebody just want to be so judgmental and have their walls up that to the yin yang that they don't want to choose the way to let anything in because they feel like they're protecting themselves. So if they be critical and judgmental, they feel like that make them feel safe because what the mind is telling them, because that's how they train themselves. Well, let me tell you today, you can untrain that. You can untrain your mind today to stop being critical, Stop being judgmental and start the appreciation journey. It's a beautiful thing. It makes you smile more. It makes you more inviting, right? It just gives you that radiance that illuminates happiness from within. Appreciation goes a long way. But in order to start acknowledge at first, you have to appreciate yourself. Stop being critical and hard on yourself as well. Because the more we're hard on ourselves and critical of ourselves, believe you me, that's a seed you're sowing. And that's what you're going to give to someone else. So retrain your mindset. And I'm going to leave this with us because we're going to wrap up right now because we're already pressed for time, a little bit over the time right now. Again, I'm going to leave this with us before we go. You never know the kinds of lasting effect your word could leave on someone. As the scripture reminds us in Proverbs 16:24, gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? That your words of appreciation could make that much of an impact. Start today. Start from where you are today. Start appreciating the people and the person that God bless you with. Don't let it become another prior point. Start from where you are. Quit that critical spirit and turn it around. Your words means a lot. It carries a lot of weight to your spouse. Believe you me, they are listening. The same way the criticism cuts them, use your positive word of affirmation, of appreciation to heal them, nurture them back to that loving person that you always deep down in love with. Bring that back. Bring that back. You can do it. And I believe in you that you're going to start today. Let's start that journey today. Start writing our journal of appreciation and remove the negative thought of your spouse. Find something today. Start right now. Text your spouse. Text them, call them, wherever if they're home with you. Go to them. Say something nice to them today and tell them how much you appreciate them for choosing you. Again, time is far spent. Thank you again for tuning in. Please share the podcast with our friends, like, rebroadcast, reshare, all the good stuff that we need y'all to do to get others to hear so they can learn. Because we're here to build marriage one home at a time, one family at a time, right? This is your girl, one and only, Evangelist Nikki, signing off again for Fire for Marriage. God bless you. God bless you.